Welcome, jewels of inestimable value. The most powerful force in the world is the ability to change without losing your essence. In a world obsessed with fitting in, the Sigma female stands as a force of her own, constantly evolving yet never compromising who she truly is. Shapeshifting is not about deception, it's about survival in a reality where being static means being conquered. The fact is, studies show that those who can adapt without losing their core identity tend to rise above the rest, becoming the unpredictable forces that others simply can't control or comprehend. So why do Sigma females shapeshift? It's not just about survival, it's about power. Power that comes from being unreadable, untouchable, and undeniably unstoppable. Stay with me as we unravel the layers behind their shape-shifting nature and the extraordinary mastery it takes to thrive on their own terms. Number 1. Adaptability is a power move, not a weakness. Adaptability for Sigma females is not about weakness or trying to blend in with the crowd. It's a strategic power move, a tool they use to navigate a world that constantly changes its rules. When they shapeshift, it's not to please anyone. It's to gain control of their surroundings. Unlike those who bend under pressure to be liked or accepted, Sigma females shift as a conscious choice. They understand that being rigid makes them vulnerable, so they remain fluid, always adjusting and evolving while staying rooted in their core values. This is not about compromise, it's about mastering every space they step into. What sets them apart is their ability to use adaptability to their advantage. They don't shy away from situations that demand a change in behavior or attitude. Instead, they embrace it, seeing it as an opportunity to exercise their autonomy. While others fear change, the Sigma female welcomes it, knowing that adaptability keeps her one step ahead in a world where control is often in the hands of those who can't be easily defined. By shapeshifting, they refuse to be predictable or easily understood. And in that unpredictability lies their power. When people think they've figured them out, they evolve again, slipping out of the boxes others try to put them in. They aren't reacting to external pressures, they're driving their own narrative. For Sigma females, adaptability is not a reaction. It's a calculated move that ensures they remain in control, constantly defining their own reality rather than letting anyone else define it for them. It's not weakness, it's survival. And it's why they remain so powerful and independent in a world that demands conformity. Number 2, it's not identity crisis, it's identity mastery. When Sigma females shapeshift, people often misinterpret it as a sign of confusion or an identity crisis. They think it means she's unsure of herself, that she doesn't know who she is. But the truth is the opposite. A Sigma female is fully aware of who she is at all times. Shapeshifting isn't about losing herself, it's about mastering her identity and understanding that it doesn't have to be fixed. She knows that who she is can be fluid, evolving with time, experiences, and circumstances. It's not instability, it's growth. For her, the ability to shift is a form of empowerment. She realizes that no one should ever feel obligated to stay the same, to be locked into a single version of themselves. Life isn't static, and neither is she. While others cling to rigid identities, afraid that changing means losing themselves, the Sigma female embraces her many layers. She knows she can be different things to different people without compromising her true self. She's not afraid of contradiction. In fact, she thrives in it. One day she might be quiet and introspective, the next she could be assertive and outspoken. That doesn't make her any less authentic. It makes her more aware of her full range as a person. She understands that who she is doesn't have to fit into neat categories, and she doesn't feel the need to explain herself to anyone. This fluid identity allows her to navigate life with flexibility and freedom. She isn't tied down by labels or expectations. She's not afraid to evolve because she trusts in her own self-awareness. At her core, she remains the same, but she knows that growth and change are essential to fully experience everything life has to offer, and for her, that's real power. Number 3, society's boxes are meant to be broken. Sigma females don't accept the boxes society tries to put them in. From the moment they realize how restrictive these expectations are, they reject them entirely. Society loves to define women. telling them how they should behave, what their goals should be, how to act, look, and even feel. But Sigma females see right through this. They understand that these boxes are nothing more than attempts to control them, to make them fit neatly into a world that's uncomfortable with independence and nonconformity. For them, shapeshifting is a bold form of rebellion against these limiting labels. Instead of complying with what's expected, they choose to create their own rules. Their shapeshifting isn't about inconsistency, it's about refusing to be defined by someone else's standards. While society demands them to be one-dimensional, easily understood and always compliant, Sigma females stay fluid, constantly challenging what they're told to be. Every time someone thinks they have her figured out, she breaks the mold again, reminding everyone that she is not here to conform, but to redefine what it means to live on her own terms. This resistance to society's boxes isn't just for the sake of rebellion. It's about freedom. A Sigma female understands that true freedom comes from refusing to be limited by others' expectations. She knows that as long as she shapeshifts, she maintains control over her identity, and that's a power society can never take from her. She will never shrink herself to fit into a narrow, predefined role because she knows her worth lies in her ability to be whatever she chooses, whenever she chooses. In a world that wants to simplify and label her, the Sigma female's shapeshifting is her declaration that she will never be defined by anyone but herself. Number 4. Constant evolution keeps them unpredictable. Sigma females thrive on their unpredictability. They understand that once people think they have you all figured out, they begin to manipulate you. Being predictable makes you easy to control, and for a Sigma female, control is something she will never give away. When she shapeshifts, it's not out of indecision or confusion. It's a calculated move to keep others guessing, to ensure that no one can pin her down or map out her next steps. It's a strategic way of staying ahead because if people can't predict her, they can't outmaneuver her. Constant evolution is the Sigma female's natural state. She is always learning, always growing, and always adjusting. She refuses to remain stagnant or become locked into any single version of herself. Stagnation, to her, is just another form of slow death. The ability to shift, to change, is what keeps her dynamic and powerful. It's how she remains untouchable in a world that craves familiarity and routine. People often mistake her for being elusive or distant, but in reality it's her way of protecting her space. She understands that once you become too familiar, people take you for granted. By staying unpredictable, she ensures that no one ever gets too comfortable with her. It keeps her in control of how she's perceived, never allowing anyone to think they know her completely. This constant evolution makes her a challenge for those who want to box her in or try to take advantage of her. Every time someone thinks they've figured her out, she shifts again, adapting to the environment in ways that leave others scrambling to catch up. Her unpredictability is not just a survival skill, it's a powerful tool that keeps her always a step ahead, always in command. Number 5. Psychological armor against a judgmental world. In a world that constantly judges and scrutinizes, Sigma females know the value of protecting themselves. When they shapeshift, it's not out of fear or insecurity, it's their psychological armor. They understand that the world is quick to label and box people in, especially women. Being misunderstood is often a tool used to dismiss or control others. But Sigma females refuse to let that happen. They shapeshift not to hide, but to keep people at a distance, making sure no one can fully grasp who they are. This isn't about being secretive or deceptive. It's about understanding that the less others know, the less power they have over you. Sigma females are well aware that people are quick to judge, to try and define them based on superficial understanding. By staying fluid and adaptable, they prevent anyone from getting too comfortable or confident in thinking they've figured her out. This ambiguity is her shield, protecting her from unnecessary judgments and keeping her in control of how much she reveals. The world can be harsh, especially towards women who refuse to conform. Society wants people to be easily understandable, easy to place in neat little categories. But Sigma females don't play by those rules. They're aware that the more mysterious they are, the harder it is for anyone to use their identity against them. Shapeshifting becomes their way of navigating a world that constantly tries to control, define, or diminish people based on limited perceptions. For the Sigma female, this adaptability is her way of maintaining freedom. She doesn't owe anyone an explanation of who she is or why she changes. It's her way of protecting her space and her peace, ensuring that no one gets close enough to judge, diminish, or control her. In a world filled with labels, she remains undefined, and that's her strength. Number 6. Their shapeshifting is hyper-intelligent self-preservation. Sigma females are masters of self-preservation, and their ability to shapeshift is an advanced form of that. They understand that the world isn't always kind to those who are fully open, and that showing every part of themselves can sometimes be a liability. This isn't about being fake or wearing a mask. It's about being highly selective with what they reveal, knowing when to show certain aspects of their personality and when to hold back. They aren't protecting a false identity. They're guarding their most authentic self. In a society that often pushes for complete transparency and vulnerability, Sigma females recognize the power in keeping some things hidden. They know that not everyone deserves access to every part of who they are. By carefully controlling what they show, they maintain their power and avoid unnecessary emotional exposure. It's a form of boundary setting that ensures they aren't taken advantage of or misunderstood. This hyper-intelligent self-preservation allows them to navigate different situations without compromising their integrity. They can step into different roles when necessary, knowing exactly which parts of themselves to display while keeping their core protected. It's not about deception. It's about understanding that authenticity doesn't mean showing everything to everyone. Sigma females are fully authentic. They just choose when and where to let certain parts of themselves shine. This makes them highly strategic in how they handle relationships, both personal and professional. They won't let just anyone into their inner world, and that exclusivity is part of their power. They protect themselves from people who might try to exploit their vulnerabilities by maintaining control over what others see. For Sigma females, shapeshifting is about safeguarding their true identity while moving through the world on their own terms. It's their way of thriving without giving away more than they choose to. Number 7. They leverage perception, not just reality. Sigma females know that perception can be more powerful than reality. They understand that in many situations, it's not just about who you are, but how others see you. This isn't about being superficial or living for others' opinions. It's about knowing that the image you project can influence outcomes. Sigma females shapeshift to control that perception, using it to their advantage without ever compromising their true selves. They don't rely solely on hard facts or concrete evidence of who they are. Instead, they're keenly aware of how others interpret their actions, words, and presence. By shapeshifting, they can adjust the way they're perceived in any given moment. Whether it's stepping up as a leader in a challenging situation, or fading into the background when it serves their purpose, they play with perception as a tool for survival and success. It's not about being fake, it's about strategic self-presentation. Sigma females know that the world often makes quick judgments. People love to categorize others, but by controlling perception, a Sigma female makes it difficult for anyone to place her in a box. She decides how she'll be seen, whether as assertive, reserved, approachable, or distant, and this keeps her ahead of the game. It's a form of quiet power that allows her to move through different spaces with ease. This control over perception also gives her an edge in personal and professional interactions. She knows when to project confidence, even if she's still figuring things out internally. She knows when to appear unbothered, even when she's closely observing every detail. By manipulating perception, she doesn't just navigate the world, she influences it, ensuring that she's always in a position of strength. In a world obsessed with appearances, Sigma females know how to play the game better than anyone. Number 8. The freedom to redefine themselves on their terms. For Sigma females, identity is not a static label, but a dynamic narrative that evolves with their experiences, desires, and insights. They grasp that their identity is a story only they have the authority to write and edit. This understanding liberates them from the pressures to conform to societal expectations or to fit neatly into predefined roles. Instead of letting others dictate how they should present themselves, Sigma females actively take charge of their own narrative, embracing the freedom to redefine who they are based on their own values and ambitions. This freedom is not about being fickle or inauthentic. It's a conscious choice to explore the many facets of their personality. Sigma females shapeshift not to please others or to gain acceptance, but to better understand themselves. Each iteration of their identity serves as a chapter in their ongoing story, reflecting their growth, challenges, and triumphs. They take pride in this process, knowing that every change is a step toward a fuller, more authentic self. Moreover, this control over their identity empowers them to break free from limitations that others may impose. While the world may insist on defining people based on superficial traits, Sigma females reject those confines. They embrace the right to evolve, to change their minds, and to shift perspectives as they learn and grow. This ability to redefine themselves on their own terms fosters a deep sense of self-confidence. As they navigate through life, Sigma females demonstrate that identity is a personal journey, one that should be celebrated rather than constrained. They invite others to witness their evolution, challenging the notion that a single, fixed identity is the only way to exist. By embracing this freedom, Sigma females inspire others to own their narratives, reminding everyone that the story of who we are is ours to tell, and we have the right to rewrite it as we see fit. Number 9. Power in ambiguity, weaponizing mystery. Power in ambiguity is one of the most intriguing aspects of a Sigma female's persona. In a society that often craves clarity and definition, Sigma females embrace the gray areas of existence. By being unreadable, they wield their mystery like a weapon, creating an aura that commands attention and respect. This ambiguity becomes their advantage, allowing them to navigate social situations and relationships with a strategic edge. While others rush to define themselves or fit neatly into categories, Sigma females resist such confinement. They understand that when people can't fully understand them, they are less likely to make assumptions or judgments. This gives Sigma females the freedom to maneuver through various social dynamics without the weight of expectation. Their ability to be elusive keeps others guessing and often leads to a sense of intrigue that makes them more compelling. In a world where everyone wants to be understood and categorized, Sigma females thrive in the shadows of mystery. They know that power is often drawn from the unknown. When you can't easily pinpoint someone's intentions or feelings, you can't easily manipulate or control them. This creates a fascinating dynamic where Sigma females hold the upper hand. Their unpredictable nature keeps others on their toes, ensuring they maintain the element of surprise in both personal and professional interactions. Moreover, ambiguity allows them to redefine situations to their advantage. When people are unsure about how to perceive them, it gives Sigma females the opportunity to craft their own narrative, setting the tone for how they want to be seen. They can embody different facets of their personality as needed, all while remaining true to their core identity. In a landscape cluttered with certainty and rigid definitions, the Sigma female's power lies in her embrace of ambiguity, turning mystery into a formidable strength that enables her to thrive in any environment. Number 10. They are tacticians, not chameleons. People often mistake Sigma females for chameleons, assuming they change themselves just to fit in. But that's far from the truth. Sigma females aren't shifting to blend into their surroundings or to seek approval from others. They shape-shift with intention, and every change they make is a calculated decision. They're tacticians, not followers. Their adaptability isn't about being accepted by others. It's about gaining an advantage in whatever environment they find themselves in. When a Sigma female changes her behavior, it's because she's reading the situation and adjusting to stay in control. She knows when to be assertive, when to be reserved, when to speak up, and when to hold back. This isn't manipulation in a shallow sense. It's strategy. She moves like a chess player, always thinking several steps ahead. Her ability to shift is a way of making sure she's never at a disadvantage. She's not reacting to others. She's leading the situation without them even realizing it. The difference between a chameleon and a Sigma female is that a chameleon changes to survive or fit in, while a Sigma female changes to dominate her environment. She's always in control of her shifts, never losing herself in the process. She doesn't shapeshift out of fear of rejection or insecurity. Instead, it's about knowing that the world is complex and different situations require different parts of her personality to rise to the surface. This level of adaptability is rare because it requires an incredible amount of self-awareness. She knows exactly who she is, and that's what allows her to shift without losing herself. Others may struggle with change, but for a Sigma female, it's just another tool in her arsenal, one she uses with precision and confidence to stay ahead of the game. In a world that often seeks to categorize and define, Sigma females stand as a powerful testament to the strength found in ambiguity and adaptability. Their ability to shapeshift is not a sign of weakness or indecision. Rather, it is a conscious and strategic choice that empowers them to navigate life's complexities on their own terms. By embracing the freedom to redefine themselves, they take control of their narratives, creating rich, multifaceted identities that reflect their growth and experiences. This unique approach allows Sigma females to thrive in various environments, building connections while maintaining an air of mystery that keeps others intrigued. They understand that power is drawn not from being easily understood, but from the ability to remain dynamic and unpredictable. As they navigate through life, Sigma females not only challenge societal expectations, but also inspire others to break free from rigid definitions and to embrace their own evolving identities. Ultimately, their journey serves as a reminder that self-discovery is a lifelong process, one that should be celebrated and cherished. Sigma females show us that true empowerment lies in the freedom to explore, redefine, and express ourselves authentically, without the constraints of others' perceptions. In doing so, they pave the way for a richer understanding of what it means to be human, a journey that is as unique and compelling as each individual's story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of Sigma females and their incredible ability to shapeshift, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Here, we explore thought-provoking topics that inspire self-discovery and celebrate the multifaceted nature of identity. Don't miss out on future content that challenges conventions and empowers you to embrace your unique journey. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated. Join us in uncovering the truths that shape our lives. Your story matters, and we can't wait to share it with you. Thanks for watching, Jules. See you in the next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.